Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. In today's video, I'm going to be installing beetle kill pine on my ceiling. I will only be doing the beetle kill pine on my ceiling. The walls are going to be something else. You'll see. You probably already know. I probably already said it. Now, I did pick this up from sustainablelumbercompany.com. I believe that's what it is. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can check them out. Now, of course, I can't really give you a price on what it costs per square footage because that price varies because it is a sustainable lumber company. They harvest their materials from all over the place. So, you know, if they get it from one place versus another, it's going to cost different. But do go check out their website. They have other stuff other than beetle kill pine that would look great in a tiny house. They have an awesome 3D tour of their showroom, and you can basically click and go to different locations. They've got one room in there where you can see all the samples on the wall. And then you can walk through the showroom and see those samples actually used on different things. Walls, furniture, doors, you name it. It's all over the place, ceilings and floors and stuff like that. So it's really cool. So if you don't know what beetle kill pine is, there is a pine beetle that climbs up into trees and basically destroys them. Makes them so you can't use it for a building material, but it makes a very nice bluish hint to the wood. It's pretty cool. Sustainable Lumber will pre-finish these if you want to. I told them I just wanted no finish on it because I'll be using General Finishes armor seal on the wood. So I'm going to put it all up and then finish it. Now, I've already started this project, kind of get a feel for it and figure out how I was going to do it. And this first course took me a while to get on. One of the most crucial things that you're going to have to do is make sure that that first course is dead straight. Because if you got little kinks in the boards, if your joints line up and they're not perfect, they're more like this, and that's exaggerating, but if they're really bad like that, your next piece is going to have that same problem. Your next course that would go on top of that, you're going to end up with a gap on each side. So I wanted that first course to be dead straight. So like I said, I took my time on that first course, got it perfectly straight, used some shims to get it where I needed it, used a chalk line as well as using my eye. I put tacks in the back here, and then I put staples into every rafter to hold it in place, and then I've just been going, and it really does go. Oh god, that one's not. Oh shit. Oh, you f***ed up. Now you have a. Oh! Look at that, instantly undo work that you've done. That's good. Now, one thing that I really like that Sustainable Lumber has done is milled this for flooring, basically. There is a tongue and groove on the end grain, so all your pieces can join together on the ends, and it holds it together. That tongue and groove is going to accelerate how quickly you do the ceiling, because I don't need to have these joints land on a rafter. Obviously, you're going to get pieces that are a lot smaller. They're all random sizes and stuff like that. So I can just go with it, and I can have a joint in between the rafters, and it's going to be okay, because when I put the next piece, it's going to support this because there's a tongue and groove connecting it to the back piece, it's connecting it to the front, and there's connecting in the middle. So these won't open up over time. Now, like I said, this is a beetle kill pine. So there's a beetle that climbs into the wood. So you're going to end up with like worm trails, I would call them. I don't know what they're called. But so you're going to end up with these minor defects in the wood. To me, it's going to give it character, and it's gonna have to be there because to get the beetle kill pine, you need to have those. But for the most part, I haven't had that many that are really bad. I have had one that was pretty bad, but I can cut out the bad portion and use the cutoffs for the end pieces. But it is a very easy product to work with and install, and it's lightweight. It's just good, all around good. Very happy with the quality. So if you are interested in getting some beetle kill pine, check out Sustainable Lumber Company. Links in the description. So first thing I'm gonna do is find a piece that works good for what I have. I've got a joint here. I want the joints to be at least a foot. More than that is ideal, but a foot is going to be fine. I definitely don't want a joint in between the same bays where these rafters would be. So I want to stagger that. I want to have a nail here and here if I've got a joint here. So if I have a joint here, I want a full piece to span this as well. It's going to lock that in. It's going to make it much stronger. So I just have a small cutoff block with the tongue in it. I'm going to place it right up against this piece, lightly tap it. Sometimes if you hit really hard, it's just going to bounce back, and it's going to keep that gap that you have there. So sometimes just baby taps will get it where you need it to be. And I'm using the staple gun, the same staple gun that I used to put my siding on. Not ideal, but it is working for me. Gotta be careful though. I'm putting that staple right in between here, so you won't see it when it's all done, and it's getting good holding right there. I'm happy with that. The reason I'm using staples versus nails is just gonna be a better holding than basically a trim nail, because that's really the only thing I think you would use on this. Ideally, a flooring gun would work really well, but I don't think holding a flooring gun upside down is very easy. So that's about it for installing the pieces. Very simple. You know, just grab one that works good for what you got. You know, you could be a little pickier on the color. I have been. I'm just gonna tap this over. Light taps, light taps, light taps. Also check to make sure these are flush right here. Check this joint back here. So I'm all right with it. I'm not all right with that though. I'm not all right with that. This is the first one that I've had to take down. Wow, that's good. That's good holding. Oh, you fucker. Why don't you just... Oh my God, you're so violent. Now you could finish that course all the way to the end, or you can start another course. You could start as many courses, but you don't want to get ahead of yourself on the next row, if that makes sense. Now I've had these sitting in my house for almost 2 weeks now. You really only need about 3 or 4 days to let the boards acclimate to your environment. Now someone did ask me about expansion and contraction. Expansion and contraction. Contraction, not contractions. Is that the same thing? Someone asked me about expansion and contraction of a board. I know I'm saying that wrong, but whatever. These are kiln dried, so if they're, you know, the beetle that was in it is dead, there's very low moisture in it, so there's not going to be that much expansion and contraction in it, and it's also inside, so it's another benefit. It's not going to be exposed to that moisture changes a lot. I mean, it will probably a little bit, yeah. But I'm putting these things together real tight. I'm giving myself a little bit of a gap on the ends just so it can go this way and that way, but I don't think I'm gonna have that much of an issue with it. I'll let you know though, like if they start buckling and popping and creaking and cracking, I'll let you know, like, hey, I screwed up. But I think we're good. I think we're good. So we shall continue. Now I've got the tongue exposed here and the groove's gonna go into it. That is key. Do that. Don't do it any other way. I don't care what your Uncle Jimmy said. Uncle Jimmy was wrong. Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me. Really? Okay. Good. No, you really shouldn't though. I need to stop caring for a minute and just go. Only I will notice those little things, and they will only drive me nuts. I don't look at any of this and be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's fine. It's fine, Daniel. Daniel? So of course I've got these can lights that I need to work around. So I've got my piece and check to make sure I'm good with my jointage. I'm happy with that. Now I'm just going to take the back side of this edge right here and butt it into this edge, not into the tongue, on both sides here. You son of a... Don't, come on, let's try to make it a little more family friendly. I want to make sure I'm real tight right here, and I'm tight into my other piece there. And I'm just going to put 2 small marks. I'm going to eye straight up where that can light is, and just put 2 marks, boom and boom. I've also cut these cardboard circles, which are the size of that can light. So I'm going to eye it all around there, hold it in place, and trace this. Now that is almost tight. So I'm going to go cut almost like an 1/8 inch outside of that so that I give myself a little room. When you put this metal flange that's on here is a lot smaller than the actual plastic, the light that goes into it. So it's going to cover up any gap. You can be about 3/8 of an inch away from it and you'll be okay. Anything more, you're kind of pushing your luck. And I'm just going to use a jigsaw to cut this out. Staying about an 1/8 inch outside of that line, like I said. Like I saw this in my eyes. Now you could cut all the way through, but sometimes when you're cutting out, you're going to end up tearing out that grain. So I like to start my cut, go in, and then come here and go in and meet up with that other one. You could, when you're cutting that and coming out, just go a little slower and you're not going to have that blowout, but to me, it's just easier on my wrists and stuff. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see. Wow, it's really halfway decent. Now this is where it's a pain in the arse, because you got to go like up, in, and slide over at the same time, but you can't because you got the grooves, and it's just a pain in the arse. All over the arses. Especially if you go tight like I did. Oh, that goes up. Yeah, hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh, my hammer. Oh, I got it on me. Oh, wow. Wow. Not hitting that too hard. I don't want to be mushing that, you know. End joint. Good. Check this. I'm within 3/8 of an inch all the way around. I'm not disforming this metal. Looks good. I have used a fraction of the amount of staples I did on the outside, but I'm using what's left over, which they were stainless steel. Not cheap. Why you not pretty? You ugly. You ugly. Oh yes, I'd like to place an order for General Tso's chicken. Okay, $5.95. Okay, how long is it gonna be? You come now! So I'm being slightly OCD. I mean, this little 1/16 of a gap is like bothering me. You know, if you keep leaving these little gaps here, it's gonna compound the problems that you're gonna have when you get to the end. So I'm really trying to get all these tight. So this is what I've been doing. I take a block and I place it there, and then I take a 2x4 and I place it right there. You with me? Are we following each other? Just on social media, not in person. Okay, and then we're gonna put a screw in it. And then look, I can pry on it and it's gonna bring it tight. I think that was kind of pointless to do. But yeah, that was pointless because there's no gap there. But now I can pry on this. I'm not pushing up into my vapor barrier. I'm not putting a hole there. But just push this over, make sure I'm tight. I should shoot with my right hand because that's what I've been doing and I'm good at that. And yeah. Oh, that was probably expensive. You know, actually that did work. It closed it up to like a 30-second. So that's how I'm working around all these can lights and all these other lights. But it's pretty simple. I mean, just making these little cardboard templates. Take a pair of scissors, trace something, you know, I don't know. I used one of those compasses. I happen to own one of these fancy things. I think it's called a compass. You put it there and then you draw something. I don't know. But what is that, a 6-inch diameter? So a 3-inch thing right here, boom to boom, and then draw it out on some cardboard, cut it out with a utility knife. I recommend cutting it with scissors. It'd probably be a little nicer. So obviously my next course, I'm just gonna butt it into that. Put a mark there, maybe, and then put the thing on it. It's easy. It's easy. You can't screw that up. On that back course, I had those boards that ran right into it. I recommend, if you're going to cut the board in half, to continue that board onto the opposite side so the grain runs right through it. It'll look more appealing to the eye. I didn't do that on one of them, and it kind of looks weird. You know, you probably can't notice it, but on this one I did it good. So it's good, but yeah, that makes no sense. But yeah, just do what you feel like feels right. People ask me what I do. That's what I tell them. I'm a plus size exotic dancer. Okay, you need to stop drinking. Ew. Oh, that looks beautiful. So I will be doing this stuff in the bedroom. I did put some Tongue and Groove stuff in the bedroom, but I feel like putting this down there would be good. So I did order like an extra 60 or 70 square feet to do the bedroom. When you're ordering material like this, you always want to add 10 to 20% more than what you need. So figure your square footage, hit plus 20%, and order that many square feet. That way you don't kind of screw yourself. Honestly, I can't get over how good this looks. Like I don't even think the camera can capture that. I am beyond, I can't even describe it. It's amazing. What are you doing? I'm guarding the houses. What is all this? You keep getting into some pine or something. Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. Were you rolling around in some horse shit? So when you're doing a project like this, one of the hardest things is obviously the can lights, but another thing that people don't really think about is finishing it. You got to put a rip in here. Now I did this last piece right here, and I wasn't able to use my staple gun because it wouldn't fit. I was able to staple these good, but I couldn't get those stapled. So what did I do? I did something, and I had a plan to show you, but I put it away. I found it. So I just used a small little brad nailer, just a 18 gauge brad nailer, and I could push it into the insulation and shoot in this way and shoot in this way. So I was able to get 2 nails in each one of them. Not as strong as the stapler, but it's good. I don't want to pull too hard because then I'll get mad. Yeah, no, that's good. That's 100 pounds. I didn't do a pull-up. No, that would be too much, too many pounds. Now, to make this last piece, you could use any type of saw you wanted to. I, of course, used a table saw, but if you're doing this as like an amateur, you probably don't have a table saw, but there's no real need for it. You can use a circular saw. The cut on this board does not need to be that straight. You can be 3/8 of an inch out. Like, it could be zigzagging all the way across. It's completely fine because I'm shooting for pretty tight to this wall, but if it's not, I still have tongue and groove that's going to come up to this wall, so that's going to be out wow, that was like a explosion. So this piece is going to come out 3/4 of an inch. So I've got 3/4 of an inch of gap there if it's fine. Like if I leave that piece short 3/4, it's fine. And then also I'm going to be doing trim all the way around everywhere where things meet to hide any mistakes and stuff. But of course, me being me, I'm going to shoot for decent work. 3 and 15. What happened? I thought I had 4. I should have 4. It should be 4, but it's not. I cut these at 4. And then I ripped these at 4 inches, and I just got it muddy. Oh God, been doing so good. The roof is spotless, right above the front door. No one will ever see it. So, ready? I'm gonna put this in the groove, in the tongue and the groove. Line it up, Betsy. Good. Whoa. Got a little fat there, buddy. Oh, look at that, and it fits right in there. Hey. Oh, look at that. Is that not sexy or what? Then we'll use a little chisel. Put the chisel in and pry it. Oh, that's nice. I need a hitting block. Maybe this is a good idea. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. Put one in and then put one behind it. You following me? That brought it super tight, and it brought it up too. Now, since all my rafters sit directly on top of my studs, I know where they are. You know, they should be right there. One would think. Now, this is the only spot where I'm scared about shooting staples in because I've got my electrical corridor runs through here, but I did drill those holes in the midsection of a 2x6, so they're about 2 3/4 up. I'm putting a piece of 3/4 plus 2 3/4. That means they're about 3 1/2 inches up there. I might be wrong on the number. I'm using 2-inch nails, so I should be all right. I don't like this. Let's try it. I don't think that hit. I knew that was going to be a problem. They all still work, and I don't get electrocuted when I touch it. You know, maybe we could use that little brad nailer. I'm just going to use the little brad nailer so I can get better nails. Are they better? I don't really know. I think maybe they are. I'm going to try to keep those nails no more than 3/4 inches away from that wall. Remember in what was it, elementary school? The teacher would say, the only stupid question is the question that's not asked. Then that dumbass would raise their hand. I've got a question. Shut the fuck up. She was about to let us out of class, and then you had to ask a question. Why did you ask a question? Stay. I need my hammer. I think I got it on me. I'm gonna fall. Oh, it's nice. That's tight. Last piece on this section. I say this like it's all getting done, but it's really not. I have a surplus more to do. Oh, I didn't mean to swear. I swear I'm sorry. Where did that water come from? I hope the roof ain't leaking, because that would suck. So I think, as you can see, overall it looks absolutely amazing. I'm very happy, very pleased with it. It's baby butt smooth. Now I still need to put a finish on this, so I'll probably do another video on that. I'm gonna do a light sanding on it and then do some oil finish with a little bit of poly. I know what I'm doing. I just don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it. Now there is 20 different ways of doing any type of project you're gonna do. Some people will do these cans a little bit differently. Yes, you can measure them out and mark them out on the board, transfer your numbers. But to me, the easiest way is to just take a board, hold it up there, and use a template and trace it out. You're going to have the least amount of mistakes versus taking a number and transferring it. So for a DIYer, non-professional, the way I did it would be the easiest. But again, if you are interested in getting a sustainable lumber product, check out Sustainable Lumber Company. I will definitely have the link down there right at the top in some capitalizations maybe. I don't know, it'll be right there. So if you want to check out their website, check out what they offer and what they have and costs and stuff like that, check them out. Let them know I sent you. So for the last few months, I've been working on a project that I haven't really talked about. I've been filling my Patreon supporters in on it, but still being vague about what it is because I can't contractually, whatever that word is, I can't talk about what I'm doing. I was contacted by a production company and they wanted help. They wanted my help on a project. Not here in the... No, I don't know how to say this. You know, I might as well just not say any of it. But I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you and your projects. If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, comment your great stuff down below, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video, which I don't know is when it's going to be, because as you can see these buckets right here, I'm about to pack up and leave for an extended period of time. There might be a break in videos coming up here shortly because I normally spend 1 or 2 days a week filming and making videos. So if you want some behind the scenes just for you videos though, check out my Patreon page. I do a lot of behind the scenes, more information than you guys get about different things that I'm working on that I'm allowed to talk about. I mean, there's so many. I hate that. What is that, red tape or something? I just don't know if Hollywood is right for me. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. It looks nice, doesn't it? Man. Wow. I should put the picture on the picture thing, on that picture sharing site. What is that called there? Instagram? Yeah, my nephew's on that there. He showed me pictures of this girl doing this thing with this ping pong ball. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. It was impressive.